and actually do that so that there's plausible, there's a
Possibly.
realism to your lies. You're
Okay.
coming home, you're sweaty or whatever. It's like your body's changing. You can like
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, trying to tell me that when she's sweating, that I think she's went for potty clash. She has been sucking dick outside, then came back. Then me, I'll probably kiss her in the lip and be kissing the other guy's cum. Ah, fuck shit. Girls. It's your boy I have for back on that video. If you notice, I'm not saying boys, that's because, man, today's video is going to be more about the ladies. Do you understand? Because today we're going to go on a journey together. All you ladies, sweet chicks, big behind, big bunda babes out there. Today we're going to be going on a journey on learning how to cheat. Yeah, this is a very, very personal video because, it makes me closer to you guys. I know a lot of you guys have been cheated on. Do you understand? You guys break down. A lot of you too know how to cheat low-key. Yes, I'm looking at those ones that cheat and still act like the victim. So today, guys, we're going to be learning how to cheat together. Let's just get right in this video. So this video is from Shallon Lester, and let's get into this video, guys.
Welcome back, Shalloners. It's Evil Week. That's right. We're back talking about 7 deadly sins and what we can take from each one of them, because sometimes being good gets a little boring. Isn't it more fun to be bad? Isn't it more fun to be the victor than the victim? I think so. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite sins, greed. Not about money, not about possessions, but people. What do you do when you can't just settle for one man? You have to have many, many men. Today, I'm going to teach you how to cheat and get away with it.
First things first, Olosho did this baby eyes. Like, Olosho did this baby eyes. And number 2 is pretty. I know number 3 here is that I'll probably cheat with this kind of lady. Like, no, not saying it's a but man, this is a very fun video.
And as you guys know, here on the channel, usually we're talking about positivity, being a bad bitch, how to help other people. But like I said, sometimes that gets a little boring. Sometimes we have to indulge in the darker side of life, right? Because I know you guys are tired of getting manipulated. I hear it all the time. You're tired of getting cheated on. So is the answer to become the thing you fear and hate the most, a cheater? It can be. I don't subscribe to that as an overall way to live your life, because here's the thing. I have cheated on a lot of people.
You see how she just contradicts herself right there. I don't subscribe to that, but after telling you, man, this babe, I didn't suspect you. I don't hear what you want to talk first. I don't hear what you want to talk.
And cheating does something to you. It splits you into 2 different people. It does. Cognitive dissonance is a very powerful thing. Cognitive dissonance means the surroundings, like your circumstances, reality, does not align with what you not only think about yourself, your integrity and your values, but most importantly, what you want to be happening, right? And it's very, very hard to be with one person and then have a side dude. And for the purposes of this video, we're going to call them mistresses, because it's very offensive that there's no like male name, like misters. Like, what does that even mean?
Yes. It's true. So, but why though? Because I don't see most of the position now. They don't like to be number 2. But we not play our position too well.
We're gonna call side dudes mistresses, okay? Yep.
You know what? The reason why is because we don't need commitment. I'm done in the world. A man knows how to play his position. Like, can be decided and just be quiet. But women just have to know they have to have their place. It's rather you give them a commitment. If you can't commit to them, so you give them side piece or side chicks is my side chick. Do you understand? But man, being a side nigga is like a low-key undercover job, man. Because first off, that nigga can come and kill you. But that's beside this point. If I digress, let's continue.
It's very difficult to be equally in love with both of them, right? There's going to be resentment on one side or the other, and that can be really torturous for your partner, as you guys have known from being cheated on. So let's say you don't want to be a cheater. Let's say you're starting to watch this video and you're like, I feel bad about myself. Okay, watch anyway, because this is going to help you identify a cheater in your own life. Sometimes to catch a killer, we got to become a hunter ourselves. You know what I mean?
True. Just be a police and a thief have the same type of mental structure.
We gotta like put on the cloak of evil and go inside as a mole and a spy to smoke out people and understand. Because good people don't catch bad people. Kind of bad people catch bad people. And sometimes that's who we gotta be. So let's look at the giveaways for cheating, right? You have a shift. It's not only a shift in like schedule, it's a shift in behaviors, patterns, and most importantly, attitude. When I look back on people who've like cheated on me, because, you know, it happens in both directions. It's not like only I was the villain. It's not like only I was the victim. I've been on both sides. When I look back, it's like the hurtful thing about cheating is not even that like they stuck their dick in someone else. It's my ex-husband said this to me, like I didn't cheat on him, we didn't cheat on each other, but like we were just talking about it. And he's like, the bad thing about cheating is that it means you have been making decisions based on a reality that didn't actually exist. And isn't that the truth? Because you look back after being cheated on, you're like, what a fool. You feel humiliated. You feel humiliated. And even though that's probably not your partner's intent,
I agree with her. That's actually facts. That's facts.
sometimes it is, though. Sometimes it is. That is the natural consequence. Because, right, sometimes people are just not great at monogamy. They're weak. They're horny. They need a shit ton of attention. They have a flaccid ego. They have poor coping mechanisms for being alone, being bored, being stressed, whatever. And sometimes people cheat to get your attention. So if people fall into the first category, poor coping skills, all that, that can be changed. It can. You can work on that. You know, if you're cheating to like stick it to your partner, that's bad. You can do things that hurt me accidentally, but if you're doing things to hurt me purposely, there's no coming back from it.
You know what? I somewhat agree with what she said. Doesn't mean that cheating is not bad though. But if the person just can't stand being alone, first off, you need to break up with that kind of person because there's no coming back from that. Just because you can change that doesn't mean you need this to spare the energy on working on that. But the worst kind of cheater are those people that like cheat on you to stick it to you. Like she will cheat on you, then put her phone on lock, then make sure the guy is calling her, telling her how good her coochie was. Do you understand? Now that's some evil chick right there, man. I need to stay away from people like that. Or if it's a guy too that cheat on you and put his phone on lock, just to make sure you find out and try and stick it to you, man. Like people like that are really evil. Like, man, I can understand if the person is like saying, oh, I have help me, and you can't tell, but doesn't mean you should expect the person and make it be any more forgiving. But still on still, I get where she's coming from.
You know, there's just not, and there shouldn't be. Deliberate cruelty is unforgivable. You know why?
Facts.
Because it's bottomless. Where is the bottom of that behavior? If you can cheat on me on purpose and hurt me, you could probably hit me. You could say vicious things. Could you kill me? Could you kill my dog? Could you do something terrible like that? You know, like where does that pathology end? And a lot of women don't know. And they just keep going down this like dead end path over the cliff into an abyss. And they lose themselves in a toxic relationship. But today, we're not going to talk about people cheating on us necessarily. We're going to talk about cheating on them. But I bring all this up because look, if you're cheating to hurt your partner, just leave, girl. Literally just leave. Just leave. Because ostensibly, you want to cheat and like not get caught. But if you want to cheat and get caught on purpose, you're going to play yourself because then you're the bad guy. So let's say your boyfriend is a shitbird and you really have legitimate reasons for getting revenge on him and like sticking it to him. If you go out and take up the mantle of the villain, you blow your position. You blow the only leverage you have.
Guys, this is just professional victim 101. Like, this is professional victim who don't know one. Like, this is like a crash course on how to be a professional victim after you cheat on the person. Like, I feel like all the sensible part of this video is just ended now. We are about to enter a new zones of like just craziness.
And victim mentality, you know, we talk about that usually on this channel. We're talking about good things and positivity, about how toxic victim mentality is and how much it sucks and how annoying it is for everyone around you. But it's real useful when your boyfriend sucks. You know, you have to hang on to that victim narrative. That's your power and that's your leverage. Okay. But let's say you fall into the first category of cheaters I was talking about. People who just kind of like boys. That was always sort of my thing. Like, I love boys and I'm
Like I said, Lusho did this be biased, but maybe everything she won't talk.
Way crazy, and I have been since I was like 6, and like I really think somebody should have nominated me for some sort of award for staying a virgin until I was almost 22. I mean, given my libido and how much I love boys, like that shit is like in dog years. Okay, I deserved recognition from the Council of Thoughts. Like, you held out the longest. From the ratio of your horniness. I did. But where was I going with this? What was I talking about?
When thinking of pennies, I've confused your brain. This is what you end up with.
So like I said, if you are just like, oh, you can't kind of resist, you're sort of like a kid in a candy store, maybe you're studying abroad, maybe you guys are like in a long distance relationship, maybe you love him, but he works a lot and you're just like, I don't know, I just really like making out with boys. Okay. First of all, keep your goddamn mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. 2 can keep a secret if one of them is dead, as the old saying goes.
What?
And no, you probably can't, or I'm sure you can. You shouldn't kill your mistress. But you also need to zip the lip with your friends, right? Because, like, you think you know your friends and you think they're loyal to you, but people have very different morality in terms of cheating. First of all, I wouldn't dime my friends out to God herself. Like, I keep their secrets forever. And we got a lot of them. But, like, some people are not like that. Like, some people who come from a family where dad cheated on mom, and if they see cheating, it's like, it's like a Vietnam flashback. Like, they cannot handle it. They will sell you out. So it's really, really important to keep your crimes on the down low. Loose lips sink ships.
Take notes, guys. Take notes.
You also need to keep it quiet from your
ladies.
boyfriend. And I know that sounds obvious. But I get a lot of messages from you guys where it's like, my boyfriend dumped me, or we were on a break and I went to a club and made out with this guy and I feel so guilty because now we're back together. Should I tell him? I'm like, no. No. Transparency is baloney. Transparency is capitulation of control. I don't tell anybody everything. Certainly not a boy that I'm dating. Are you out of your mind? I didn't even tell my husband everything. I never told my husband how old I was. I mean, he figured it out, but like, that to me is information I don't like to share. I would rather like share my pap smear results. Like, oh, that's me, and that's my line in the sand, you know? And like, you have the right to have your own information stay within you. When you go out with a guy, you don't have to tell him your whole history. You don't have to tell him that like you were married or what. No one is owed access to your stories, okay? And certainly not your boyfriend. Because look, you got to level with yourself. If you go out and you slip up and you hook up with someone, I had a guy do this, a boyfriend I loved like 10 years ago. Short. He left me for a stripper. But that's the thing. He's like, I slept with this girl down in Florida. And I was like, why are you telling me this? And he's like, what? I was like, when someone cheats, they're either never going to do it again, or they're going to do it kind of all the time. So which of these categories you fall into? Because if you're never going to do it again, I didn't need to know about it. I don't need to know what impels your personal growth within this relationship, especially if it's something that's going to hurt me, because now it's a thing. Now it's a thing in the room that we have to think about, and I'm going to like pick.
I'll give to this lady. Like, she's keeping it real 100%. Like, don't say it. Like, keep your mouth shut. Zip it. Because this is one of the reasons why a lot of men have actually realized like ladies can't handle the truth. Like, if you go out there, and I know I said this is a ladies video, but man, this is to the gents. If you go out there, sleep with a lady, and let's say you're on a break or something, man, don't tell your girlfriend for shit. Like, if you like, take that thing to the grave. And if you're a lady, so please, I don't want to know, because if I fucking find out, I can't handle it. To be honest, I've said it in my past videos, man. I can't handle shit like this. You just come and tell me why I slept with this guy. I'm like, man, we're breaking up. And if you tell me, I might forgive you, Shao, but see now, I've played myself because I'm putting this opinion out there. I just fucked up my own dating life by myself. Man, anything for you guys, Let's continue.
Picture and like blah blah blah. It becomes an unavoidable data point. But if you're going to do it all the time and you're going to leave me for her, I also didn't need to know. I didn't need to know. You could just leave and be on your way. And he's like, well, it's going to be that. I was like, great, thank you. You could have just dumped me. I didn't need to know that when I was texting you and saying all these things, you were sticking it into a stripper. Thanks. I shouldn't talk shit about strippers. You know I love strippers. Like, I love them. But it's cliche. He was in a band. I'm just like,
Now for those guys, I say sure guys don't break hearts.
come on. She had like a kid she didn't have custody of. I was like, you methed out trash. She had like meth eyebrows. You know what I mean. You know them when you see them. So you got to zip the lip. If you confess once, it's going to make it way harder to keep on cheating. And girl, you probably will. You'll probably cheat. So the second thing you need to do is foresee the red flags that are going to pop up in terms of giving your behavior away. Now, like I said, when people cheat, there are shifts. They're on their phone a lot more. They're making like smiley faces. They're changing their passcode. Literally, if you're going to have a life of crime, you should get a second phone. Or establish with whoever it is you're cheating with that there's like hours. And it's hard. You don't necessarily want to let them know that you are in a relationship, like if you can help it, because they can use that against you. Like people will turn on you, they'll blackmail you. There's, this shit happens. Like you don't want your mistress blowing up your life. You can do that on your own. So just be like, hey, when I'm home at night, I turn my phone off. Make it up. You're lying to one dude, lie to the other. Who cares? Because you need to keep information above and below, right? You need to keep information on a need to know basis, not just flowing out loosey-goosey and you don't know who knows what and blah, blah, blah. So establish some parameters before you go out like into this. Also, start having some new activities and have two. Well, you're actually going to only maybe have one. The second one is going to be a variable activity with a loosey-goosey schedule. So this is what I mean, because scheduling is a big shift in terms of behavior. It's like she does.
Hey, oh man, I had trust issues before this, but man, this babe just took my trust issues to astronomical level. Because right now, oh man, I didn't think plenty things. All my past relationships now are in question. Like everybody, I'm going to question everything now that I think about. What?
Doesn't come home now, and like I don't know where she goes after school, and blah blah blah. So you want to sign up for like two things. Say one's like a pottery class. Okay, you're doing pottery like every day after work. Then you're going to be like, oh, I'm also doing like CrossFit, and like it's hard to get in. So sometimes the only classes are like 8 to 9. It's so annoying. And actually do that so that there's plausible, there's a realism to your lies.
Okay.
You're coming home, you're sweaty or whatever. It's like your body's changing. You can like,
yeah. So yeah, trying to tell me that when she's sweaty, that I think she's went for potty clash. She has been sucking dick outside, then came back. Then me, I'll probably kiss her in the lip and be kissing the other guy's cup. Fuck shit. Shit, man. My trust issues just went to another guy's lips. See, guys, man. The entire relationship now go hard, though.
Give normal, accountable details because you're actually there. Sometimes, not all the time. But again, you want to pick something that the schedule kind of shifts, but not so wildly. It's like, oh, I went to CrossFit and I spent the night. No, like if that's what you need to do, if you want to have that big of a cheat where you're full on spending the night with another dude, you're going to have to escalate those lies accordingly. You're going to have to travel for work. You're going to have to like go sleep with your sister sometimes. You're going to have to like your mysterious best friend, Perry, is like having some sort of like crisis and you have to sleep at her house 2 nights a week. Work smarter, not harder, because then it's going to give you wiggle room if he gets suspicious. Be like, babe, I know, just this class opened up. So it's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to go. I don't know why it's that big of a deal. Like it happened last week. Also, get your boyfriend involved in things. If he's busy, he's not going to be paying as much attention to what it is you're doing, right? But and this is truly evil. This is evil. Are you guys ready for it? You got to start gaslighting him. That is the tool of a cheater. Gaslighting. And so we know what gaslighting is. If you don't, it's based on this movie in the 40s called Gaslight. Why is my coffee table just started vibrating and that's a little worrisome. All right. Evil is here. And so this movie, and anyway, this guy like adjusts, this like shitty husband adjusts like the gas flames in the lamps to flicker, and the wife's like, these are flickering. He's like, no, they're not. baby, maybe you're going crazy. Maybe we should commit you to institution and then I can get all of your inheritance. Gaslighting. And so we are used to seeing gaslighting as like a guy calling you crazy, but really it is anyone who tells you that you are not observing what you are very much observing.
I'll give it to her. I'll give it to her.
Right? So it can come in a lot of forms. I don't know why you're making such a big deal out of this. It's no, like there, it comes in a lot of forms. So try to employ it in as many different subtle and amorphous ways as you can, right? And one thing cheaters always do, they're accusatory, which is ironic because like you really want to like shine a light on someone's behavior, but this is exactly why they do it. It's a distraction and a deflection technique. So whenever someone's been cheating on me, suddenly they accuse me a lot of like.
I told someone this. I can remember last year. Was talking to me about his wife was acting with you. I was like, man, are you sure she's not the one cheating? And she's just, gaslighting you. You guys have to stay smart on this shit. So, like, the sheets are not smiling. Man, this shit was easy to find. It wasn't hard to find. It was easy to find, man. There are tutorials like this on the internet. Don't worry, I'll give you guys your own. It's not just the ladies, I have for the guys as well.
Things they themselves are guilty of. Why were you talking to Garrett up in the pool for 2 hours? What were you guys doing? I'm like, we were literally doing nothing. You were at work. I don't know. That's because they're doing something bad. And when people are criminals, they see crime everywhere, right? So if your boyfriend starts to get suspicious, or even before he does.
That shit's actually true. I worked with this guy once. Yeah, he was not for being shady. And any small thing you think you're shady. It's just the way it is, man. It's facts.
Start to gaslight him. This is evil. Like, this is giving me a sick feeling in my chest because I don't like telling this. But again, I want you to use this to spot people like this in your life. I don't want you to go out and cheat on people.
Man, this be about giving advice. Be like, it's better to be a real in peaceful times than to be a farmer in a time of war. I fuck that up. But that's what she's literally trying to do here, man. Like, it's better to have nuclear weapons and there be peace than there to be war and not have nuclear weapons. If you know what I mean, that's what she's like trying to do here.
Like I said, it splits you into two. It's really hard on yourself. And society doesn't love a cheater. That's not a fun thing to have to admit to other people.
True. Society doesn't love a cheater.
Or to yourself. It isn't. Like, you don't sleep great at night being like, I've cheated on people who trusted me. It's awful. And it's awful to be cheated on, But at least when you're cheated on, you're the victim. When you're the cheater, you're the bad guy. And not in like the fun Billie Eilish way. Really sucky way. So, yeah. Throw your boyfriend off kilter. Where have you been? Who were you with? I don't know. Who's this chick Natalie you work with? I don't know. You're like always talking about her. Well, why just go out with her? I don't care. Then he's going to feel minimized, which is how we feel when people gaslight us. And he's going to be less likely to speak up if he sees you doing something wrong, right? So again, this is what we need to look for when we think somebody is cheating on us. Let's see, what else? Change in schedule. Yeah, come up with reasons. And it's also really important not to shift your attitude towards your partner. Because also when I've looked back on people who've cheated on me, and I see this in questions you guys you say, my boyfriend is like, things are really good. And it's like, suddenly he became very cold and distant, but he'll have these punctuating moments of like, so sweet to me, so lovely, just like, And then that'll kind of like evaporate and he'll go back to being distant. It's like this cycle repeats. And I'm like, you know why? Because when he's being nice to you, that's because he just heard from his mistress or he just saw her. Doesn't that make you sick? That makes me sick to my stomach. But that's the truth. And when I look back, when my high school boyfriend was cheating on me, that's exactly how he acted. That's exactly how. And when I cheated on people, that's how I acted too.
Oh, shit. You have to give it up for this video, man. This is like a case study. It's true.
It's horrible. So you have to be real careful to keep yourself even keeled. But guys, just be single. Just get up.
I swear.
Out of the relationship. Like, something I hear so often from you guys is like making excuses for dudes. Like, well, he has this girlfriend, he can't leave her, blah, blah, blah. horseshit. If a man doesn't want to be with someone, he's not going to be. Same with you. Guys aren't going to leave their girlfriend for their side chick. I mean, we did a whole video about it, and Travis Scott's side chick was not happy. Sorry. I am only a mirror. I am not the problem. I didn't start the fire, okay? I am just like warming my hands next to it, making money off of it. Sorry. But like, if you are cheating, just be single. Just be single. And if you don't want to be, then you really can't be selfish like this and drag people down, because you know what? You're going to fuck up this dude for the next chick. And you're probably like, I don't care about the next chick, but you are the next chick for somebody else. So we all need...
Exactly. Stop thinking about, see, the world is more than the length of your arm. Like, think about the effects of your actions you have in the future. Like keep people out there just need to stay single.
To start being a little bit more accountable and stop doing really crappy things, because we're creating shitty dudes. We are creating super viruses in the form of men. Like, I'm not even concerned about like koala.
I like all this accountability coming out from her. Yeah. Some of us, we did dirty before, onto this.
Bear chlamydia, which they have, and it's like incurable. Like, I'm concerned about like viruses as human men. So think long and hard before you start to cheat. And I know nobody wakes up in the morning and they're like, today's the day to get a mistress. Like, it's not some grand plan anyone is executing. It happens gradually. Crime escalates, right? So if you feel that itch, look back at your relationship. Look first towards yourself. What is it I can't cope with? I have no coping mechanism, so I'm going to get on Tinder, right? What is it that I'm running from? Internally, externally in my life, inside my relationship? What is this mistress that I want to go get an emotional getaway car from? Start there. Because like, getting a mistress when you're unhappy in your relationship is like getting a meth habit if you're unhappy in your life. It's a bad idea. It's going to create a secondary problem that is going to become larger than the primary problem. And it really is easier just to address that initial problem and move on. Because like I said, you don't want to cheat. It sucks. It's hurtful. You don't want to be on that side. It's a mess. It's so much better to know yourself. And if you go inward and you're like, no, I want to be a hoe. Go be a hoe. Go be a hoe. Do it. It's a lot of fun. Wrap it up though. You can order Plan B on Amazon, just not Prime. It's only $12, but it does take 3 days to get there. So plan your slutty adventures ahead of time. Have it on hand. Buy it for your friends. It's a great stocking stuffer. The more you know. That's it for today for Evil.
All right, guys. Oh shit! See, to be honest, I'll give it to her. This was a very nice video. Like she spared some facts, some evil deeds. Yeah, well, goddamn, guys, if you're planning to cheat, just stay single, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys should make sure to comment, like, and subscribe.